Alright, welcome to a video with me, Raindale. Looking at the arena this week, I see Tidus, I see Auron, and I see Yuna and Sakura, and it's all variations of these guys. And so I was trying to design a team with my physical bruiser team from WOTV, and it wouldn't work because Auron would just one-shot me all the time, and I want to show how we can fight meta units. So I decided to change around my idea a little bit, and I'm telling myself, it's all slashing and magical units. How can I survive them? Well then, the natural answer will be Whisper. She has super high resistances, and then we have WOTV, who further increases slash and strike resistance. So I thought about leveraging this, and honestly, it goes way better than I thought. You'll see the matches, we're kind of slaughtering everybody. So it's an interesting team. So I guess first things first, let's introduce you guys to the battle plan. And then at the end of the video, if you want to see that, we'll show the exact loadout, the abilities on off, and all that. So you can tune it at the end and take a look at that if you want. But the general idea is Whisper will be there. She has 85% base slash resistance, but with WOTV's buff, she goes to 100%. And then she has 50% base magic resist, which means with resist magic, she normally would go to 86%, but the map provides a buff, which I think is about 15%. So with this, she's actually immune to magic as well. And then she'll just be out there maintaining hate using taunting spell and taunting spell and taunting spell. She won't do damage, but she won't need to. The other two guys are there for damage. So Ahlim will take out Tidus pretty well. Why Ahlim? I wanted to. That's it. Is she the best? Probably not, but she's doing enough. And she's actually doing quite a lot with the new spear that Ninus has. So she's there. And then she has good base magic resistance, so she's good against those AoEs that might hit her. And then in the end, WOTV's there to provide resistance field, which is a great buff with Whisper. They have a really good synergy. If we wanted to, we could also run a Nightblade so that Whisper has all her resistances increased. But that felt like it would be a little bit overkill. So WOTV will, on her first turn, use resistance field on Whisper, and then she'll proceed to murdering the entire enemy team like she does so well. So let's see some action now. Alright, so let's begin our first battle, and we are fighting a team that has only slashing attacks aside from WOTV. WOTV's a slightly bigger threat because she's got piercing attacks in her main job, and then she could also be in the pugilist sub job, but I did look, and she's not. Same for Lasswell, he's not in his dragoon sub job, so there's no piercing attack threat from him. So on our team, Mirage gets a shield, Lasswell gets a shield, that's fine. Then Ahlim can get next to our character. So we're all grouped and getting nice buffs together, which I'm very satisfied about. At that point, with the buff from WOTV, Whisper's immune to slashing. So she's going to be tanking quite a few hits before going down. Ideally, we really need her to get hate. And I'm thinking, right now, she has Trinity Break enabled, but I might have to remove it if she uses it too much, because as much as I love the idea of debuffing some of the enemy units, it could mean our loss if it's triggered at a wrong timing for us. So, WOTV attacks before using bells, that's not great, and she's attacking Lasswell, so that won't kill him thanks to the fact that he's an ice unit. And they also get some slash resistance up, but that won't matter too much against our team. Okay, great. So we have hate on our slash immune Whisper. That's a pretty good start. Now, this attack from Lasswell might very well hit WOTV. Hopefully she won't die. She also has about 50% slash resistance, so I would be surprised if this killed her. There we go. Oh, and Ahlim as well. So nobody died from Lasswell's limit break, which is a very good thing for us because we can't afford to lose our guys. Then WOTV uses a healing ability, which is pretty cool. I was not aware actually before this that it was prioritized in her AI, but I'm very satisfied with it. It's probably the best thing she could have done. And now, since we have hate, everybody's using slash attacks. Now this ability from WOTV gives her slash resistance piercing, so it actually deals some damage to us, but hey, half of Whisper's HP is no big deal. She maintains hate, and as long as that's the case, we're in a pretty good situation. Ahlim deals half of Tidus' HP, and at that point, the slash resistance buff that was on Whisper has worn off. But it doesn't matter too much. The enemy to beat doesn't have any more AP, so we should just win by slowly killing her with our basic attacks. Stun shot misses, which is unfortunate because if she's stunned, she can't dodge. But the Wicked Pummel is enough to take her out, and we win with all our members still alive. Alright, so here's a variation. They have Tidus with Sticky Dane, they have lots of extra HP, Bahamut, like it's the whole package, really, for those teams. And then this Yuna has some magic resistance penetration, so it might be a bigger threat, but hey, let's see how it works. Again, we really need Whisper to be in front and to have hate for this team comp to function, and I'm trying to pick the hardest enemy teams I can find. Although, I am not looking forward to fighting Auron if he has the Pugilist sub-job, because our main damage dealer is Wind type, and then Pugilist Auron will be able to destroy, probably, Whisper. With Tobi's buff, Whisper has a 50% strike resistance, but Auron regularly does like 8,000 damage, so even through that resistance, he will probably kill Whisper. So we have a hasted enemy Tidus, then some extra magic attack. Really, they're all buffing for damage. I'm also afraid of our team grouping in the face of Sakura's Limit Burst, because that would be a pretty huge deal for us. At that point, Ahlim keeps her defense buff up. We proc Resistance Field another time for some reason. That's pretty good, in fact, because it means that Whisper will actually be the first one in front. So it's a very positive thing. Now Eternal Pain procs. I think she only reaches Whisper, but let's see if I'm right. Yes, so 3 whole damage on Whisper. It's terrible. Now we're dealing a little bit of damage back, and now, oh no, Tidus is coming! 1 damage again. Yeah, so far, this seems to be working just the way we want it to. Whisper is doing a fantastic job, Ahlim's doing very decent damage. But unfortunately, right now, we can't reach them, so that's not good. And then we're grouped in the face of possible Sakura AoE attacks, so that might be a pretty huge problem. Also, they're healing, so our damage won't stick for now. But this is only a temporary issue. And something I like is Tidus doesn't really have big AoE attacks, so he can't deal a lot of damage to Whisper. Now this is finally an AoE, but hey, not that much damage since we have magic resistance up, and then Ahlim has a innate positive magic resistance. Now the enemy team's grouped, we're gonna have a pretty good attack from Tobi, take out Sakura for the first time, but re-raise procs, and then Ahlim deals some damage to Tidus again, and they'll probably get healed back to full another time, thanks to the marvelous power of the enemy Yuna. But let's see. No, thanks to Dark Shadow, Ahlim is fast enough to kill her again. That is pretty good, because at that point, we only have to deal with a no AP Tidus and Yuna that'll probably die right here. There we go. So, can Tidus kill 3 people? Probably not, especially considering the fact that we are using Ahlim, who is really strong against Tidus. Now, he had the Paladin's Guard there, so that reduced damage by half. Otherwise, he would have been put much lower by that. And then Spirit Breaker kills him. So, 3 and 3, and we're not fighting weaklings here, so I'm very happy with that. Alright, let's fight a variation of the previous team, where there's Sakura, Yuna, and Elsirelle. Again, I am rather threatened by the possible AoE from Yuna and Sakura, because we don't have Fenrir, we don't really boost our team's magic resistance, aside from the resist magic buff. So, while we can probably take 1 hit, if they both hit us at the same time, we will go down. And then Elsirelle, I didn't check, but if she's in the dual gunner sub-job, she'll be able to deal quite a bit of damage to us. So I probably should have checked that out. I kind of assume she's a Spellblade, but if that's not the case, then we've just made a mistake, and that was not a good match to pick. So now we have most of our buffs on Whisper. She's going to begin moving forward, and I'm pretty satisfied with that. And then this time, Elsirelle has the re-raise. That's not great, again, if she has the dual gunner sub-job, because I'm really afraid of her taking out some of our guys. But let's see what happens. Now, we do exactly like we did last fight, which is pretty good. 2B stays behind, everybody's buffed, and Whisper will walk forward and use taunting spells. So she now has aggro and is the only person in range. So she'll take a Holy, she'll take a Drain Rush for 3 damage, so that means she's not a dual gunner. And then she'll take another spell from Sakura. I kind of wish that Yuna and Sakura used their limit burst so that it would no longer be a threat, but I guess that's asking too much, and now we've grouped, so in subsequent turns, they might deal some decent damage to us. Here we go. So Ahlim's lost half her HP here. Taunting spell finishes Sakura, that's pretty good. And then Yuna will probably be in healing mode, so I'm very satisfied with that. Goodnight Rumble. We do have extra resistance on Ahlim, so she'll probably survive that, but with a low amount of HP. No, 4,000 through the extra slash resistance. That's pretty impressive. So that's unfortunate. And now they're both back to full HP, but we're gonna one-shot Elsirelle with 7,000 damage Wicked Pummel, and now only one enemy left. So I'm feeling pretty confident here. So she's going to attack Whisper, but the magic resist buff will soon wear out, so that might be a huge deal. So she goes for the full life, that's fine. Now I just hope Whisper doesn't proc Aeon Bond, because if she does, we'll have to go through Yuna's HP again. Oh, well, doesn't matter, she's using Kuragon herself. So back to full, 8,000 points of healing. Yuna is very obnoxious to deal with. And then we're grouped, and she's going to one-shot to be and probably win the fight at that point. So it's a very unfortunate turn of events. Okay, to be survives. Good. I'm surprised, but positively. And then Magic Resist is really good, because it means she can't do that again. Spirit Breaker, no Aeon Bond, but she's going to heal back up. That is so obnoxious. Did I mention I dislike Yuna's design? I do. So Siren, not gonna do much, a little bit of damage on Yuna, and crash my emulator. Well, you guys saw what was interesting about that fight, so it's fine. So in case you're wondering, we did win the fight, I still have a winning streak going on. So let's find a 5th match. Now, again, I think it's interesting to show you guys how I pick my opponents, and this time, we absolutely need to avoid Gilgamesh, because he's reducing slash resistance. He's kind of the counter to our build, so we don't want to fight this team. This one, we could win against, quite surely. We've just seen a lot of those, though, so let's see if we can find something different. I'm kind of hoping to see an Auron team that's not paired with Gilgamesh, but most of them seem to be, so we might not have a choice. Also, 9S, not a good fit. He has typeless attacks. He's going to one-shot Whisper through her resistances, so I would like to avoid that, and we can't really deal with high evasion teams, so these are all not great options. Gilgamesh again, the other one has Glaciela. Here we might have something, let's see. He's a pugilist, though, so again, not a great fit for our team. We might be able to win, but I'm kind of afraid to go that route. But you know what? We've had 4 good wins so far. Let's take some risk and see how it goes. No, that's not the one. That one has Gilgamesh. I am not fighting Gilgamesh. That's the one. So yeah, pretty solid overall vision cards. They're going to be a major threat. But you know what? We'll see. We might be surprised. Now, I'm expecting, with his Pugilist ability, that the Auron will one-shot Whisper, even if she has the buff from to be. What I'm really hoping, more than anything, is that our team doesn't group for an Auron Tornado, because the only person who can survive Tornado is our Whisper. Otherwise, that will probably one-shot everyone else. Ahlim and Tibi aren't that resistant to slash attacks, and then Auron being Ice type, he'll definitely deal insane damage to our Tibi. I'm kind of happy the re-raise is not on Auron, even though killing an enemy Yuna is a major issue of our build. Also, I would like to find a way to be used bells. Like, this initial intro is good because she stays back, but not having bells is an issue. So it's something I'm keeping in mind. I'm not sure if it would be possible to make a change that makes her use it, but if it was possible, it would definitely be a huge help to us. Armor Piercer, so Auron is half dead, and then Whirling Vortex takes him out before he hits us. That's great. I'm just hoping not to see a full life here. And then Eternal Pain hits our whole team because we grouped, but that should be fine. She'll probably miss to be with some of those hits. Yeah, there we go. And then Ahlim is pretty resistant to magic right now. So overall, we are fine. And then we need Ahlim to reduce Sakura's HP low enough so that... Great. Now, Yuna will probably revive Sakura instead of going for Auron, and we are in a very good spot. Full life comes out, but hey, Whisper has all the hate, she's got magic resistance, she won't go down, so we are in a pretty good spot. There we go, so now we'll see Yuna's limit break, but To Be was just increased in terms of magic resistance, so it'll probably just do 2/3 of her HP. Not even a third. There we go, good position to be in. Sakura will use a follow-up light attack, but in the meantime she'll probably die. There we go. And To Be still has a ton of AP left, so it's pretty safe. That's a Holy on... yeah, that's a Holy on Whisper, so not a big threat. Armor Piercer means that with less defense she'll probably go down even more easily. And then, yeah, just a matter of cleaning her up, but we've just about won this fight. Honestly, team's performing pretty well overall. Oh yeah, she dies for the first time. Will Whisper get a kill by crashing my emulator again? Let's see. No, we actually get the siren animation off. Great. I'm always afraid when those Esper thingies go off because it's kind of the moment where the crashes happen the most frequently. There we go. It's not even a kill. What are you doing, Whisper? You're useless. Smile Practice comes in. I mean, I'm almost tempted to just like skip the rest of the fight at that point, but I'll leave it for you guys. So that almost kills Yuna. She goes back to half HP. Whisper casts Resist Magic again. Yuna probably uses Holy. No, basic attack. There we go. Very impressive. Rapid Fire. Heian Bond. We'll just turn out at that point. We probably won't even kill her. No, Wicked Pummel takes her out in one hit. Alright, we won. Let's go. Alright, now that we're all wondering, what the hell is that OP team? Let's take a look. First character, Ahlim. Deals pretty decent damage using 9S's Spear, which has lightning attack up. Then she has some defense penetration through tune-up and also through her firing stance ability. I'm still using Evasion Up passive. Honestly, I would replace that with HP Up, but I didn't have enough points for it. Maybe Missile Mastery, either would be even better than what we currently have. But she's doing a great job, decent damage, and then since she has a move 3, she's able to group with the rest of the guys so that she receives buffs as well, so that's pretty important. I tried giving her the Keen Blade, but as we've seen, not the best result, so we could probably also go for a better TMR for her. Then, Whisper, she's the main tank. As you can tell, I screwed up the items. Doesn't matter, they're not there for attack, they are there for survivability. So, Soul Massa for magic resistance, Platinum Helm for slash resist, then some agility. And then, Siren for 25% slash resist, and this card for 25% slash resist again. And then some HP up, and some magic resistance up through the passives. So that's the whole thing. She's really just there for tanking in this team. I did do Damage Whisper in some other builds, but that one is not it. So she has pretty decent base magic resistance, and I'm not exactly sure how she got to reduce damage all the way to 1. Must be the map effect that gives additional magic resistance that makes it even better in this map, now that I think about it. But that's it. And then slash resist being at 85, as long as she has To Be's buff on her, she's at 100. We could get her at a base 100 if we had replaced this vision card with by giving it to, say, Ahlim, and then we've given her the Snow White card, which gives specific slash resist. But honestly, didn't feel necessary. Even with 85, she resists enemy attacks pretty well. So that was it. And then final member to be, I don't have much to show here, really. The only ability she has off is her own physical barrier. All the rest is on, and then that's the builds that you guys have seen several times. I guess abilities on off, Ahlim has everything on, and then Whisper has every attack from Knight and Spellblade off, aside from Taunting Spell, and then everything else is on. So that's it for the abilities. Okay. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I think this goes to show just how much specialized teams can massacre the teams that they're specialized against, right? And we actually performed better than I thought. I have not practiced this team comp before the 5 fights that you've seen today. I designed it in my mind, I imagined how the fights would go, but that's it. And it went pretty damn well. It doesn't always go like that when I try to prepare for videos. So hopefully you guys liked it. If you have any questions, go ahead, I like those. And then there's a new Discord channel that I'm linking in the comments below. It's easier to communicate and ask questions and answers, so that's why it's there. So if you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. It will make it more likely that you see my content in general. And then thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of your day.